Okay, YouTubers, how you doing today? This is Rodney back at you. Just like to start you off with the three things. Get that mindset together. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. House and wealth comes from the father, and children don't save for the parents, but the parents for the children. And we're back at you with another mindset for wealth building. And it's tip 34. And the title of this is Financial Suicide. Financial suicide. And we know what finances, that's money, dealing with money and stuff like that. And we also are aware of suicide, it's self-inflicted death. That's what it is. So when we put the two together, we will understand that it's self-inflicted demise or killing our potential to be wealthy by our actions. Suicide is by your own actions. And so we don't change what we do. We can forecast, look into the future based on the wealth that we have accumulated right now, the income that we have accumulated over the years, and the wealth that we're going to accumulate, the income that we're going to accumulate in the future. We put it together and we see where we are. And most of the time, 90% of the time, it's not enough to maintain the lifestyle that you want to have for you and your family. And so we understand that today and understand that that's where we're going to be at in the future. Then we're committing financial suicide. We're not doing anything to change it. We have to change our outcome. We have to change the amount of resources we want to live off once we retire. And if we just keep doing the same thing that we're doing right now, getting the same results, don't look for anything different now. If you haven't created wealth by now and you've been working for 20 years, don't really expect the next 10, 20 years that you're going to be wealthy over the same amount of accumulation that you may have. You may have a little bit more because you piling on that money, hopefully, and you got it in an investment vehicle and you're making some money. But the way to speed things up, if you're making 50,000 a year, 30, $100,000 a year, that's okay. But what you want to do is accelerate that 100,000 and make it okay. I'm making that in 8 months. I'm making that in 6 months. I'm making it in 3 months. I'm making that a year. Now you're doing something. Now you have taken control of your financial future. Now you're in position to live the type of life that you want to live. So you have to stop doing the same thing. Look at where you are, and if you believe it's going to change for some miraculous reason, you're fooling yourself. And that's why I'm saying financial suicide, because you'll be just killing yourself because your finances won't be strong. That's just a matter of fact. That's just the reality of it. And once we understand that and have that type of mindset, saying that I have to change my financial outcome, or it's going to be, oh, I can't afford that, I can't do that. When you are ready to really move forward, some say retirement, now I'm ready to live. What I'm saying is you need to live each day. You need to have an opportunity to do the things that you want to do now, because as you know, and you know, you've seen people around you, family members and friends are not there any longer, or their life have changed where they can't even do anything. So we don't have tomorrow to think about. We plan for tomorrow, but we want to live each day to its fullest. And our financial stability, the health of our finances enable us to do things today and not tomorrow. So we want to accelerate that. And again, we want to leave an inheritance for our children's children. We want them to have a head start, not just a little bit of a head start, but a far reaching head start than what we have, so that they can take that money and expand it. That's when we say that's that old money. When we drive through these neighborhoods and we see these big old mansions and we say, oh, yep, that's old money. Why? Because that money has been in the family for many of years, and it started with somebody way back then. And so that's what we're saying, guys. We cannot continue, or you cannot continue to think that if you continue to accumulate wealth as you are right now, and you've been at it some time now, and you don't have what you expect to have, you're not going to have it in the future. And so you're not going to be where you want to be. And if you're saying it now, you're going to be saying it later. I can't afford this. I can't afford that. I can't go here. I can't go there. It's going to be the same thing. And I'm a senior citizen, and I'm saying it like this. I think uh, God for the companies that hire senior citizens so that they can have some income. Because I tell you what, and I did a video, all of us are not alike, but I'm saying I wouldn't find myself sitting down or greeting someone. I'd rather be visiting my children if they live in another state, my grandchildren, go visit some friends, go visit some places, do some things that I'm not able to do. But if I don't change it, if you don't change it, then you're going to find yourself saying I can't afford it, and you're going to be working a job that you don't really want to work, but you won't have a choice. We have the choice now to bring our finances back to life by doing stuff that I've been talking about, getting your mind together. And I got, guys, I multiple streams of income. It's right there in your mind. You remember I told you wealth is one thought away. It's one thought away if you begin to open up your mind and let some things come in, and ideas will become come into your mind. But do something. And I got on some videos, so I got a link to do something if you want to, but do something to get your mind right. Just like I gave the example about the gym. You want to join a gym, but you don't have the resources and say, I'll do it later, but you got a couple of free weights hanging around. Get your mind right, jump and use those free weights, that old, loose bench, and get on that bench. And then when you're ready, when you have the resources, I don't like to say can't afford it, because I don't have that in my mind. If I see something, I go get it. I go get it. I do what it takes to get it done. So I'm not going to say, I don't want you to think that way, saying I can't afford it. No, you're just not ready to get that membership, but you can do what you got to do until you get to the point where you're ready to join that gym. It may not be your dream idea of creating wealth or building wealth, but get your hands on something. Like I said earlier, if the risk is low, if it doesn't cost that much, but you guys, you have to spend some money in order to make some money, or use your mind. If you got the resources there, if it doesn't take money, but you got the things there to generate money, but you have to use something, and most of us have to use money. And so just get it in your head. You have to spend money in order to make money, to order to create money. You need some type of money or some type of resources to get the job done. So, guys, we have to be in that mindset that I'm jumping out there doing something. The risk is low, but the outcome can be high. It's favorable on my end. Yeah, I may have to spend a few dollars, but if it don't pan out, in the meanwhile, I'm meeting people. Guys, there's some things that didn't pan out for me, but the people that I met and the things that I learned from them has enabled me to be where I am today. So no, it may not have my finance the way that I wanted, but I got something out of it. And I was able to put that information together, put that knowledge together, gleam off of them to be able to be where I am today. And so it's not a loss. So when you have that little bit of risk and you know that it could be a big return, then you jump on it. You jump on it and do it. If it's high risk and the reward is low, don't do it. But get into the game. Be ready to change your financial outcome and stop committing financial suicide. You have to get in the game. You have to get your mind right. And when you start listening, reading, remember I said read books from people that are wealthy, how they generated it, their mindset, their behavior, the things that they done. When you begin to learn and integrate that into yourself, because you got to be yourself. You can't be me. You can't be someone else. I can't be them, but I can take their knowledge. I can take their understanding and apply it in my life with the tools that I have, with the intellect that I have, with my abilities that I have, and people that I can surround myself around. I can become financially wealthy. And that's what we're talking about here, guys. Stop committing financial suicide. Get into the game. Look at where you are. Look at where you're going to be in the future. And if you're going to end up the same as the last few years, you have to do something to change. Look inward, look outward, and then get into the game and make something happen. Okay, guys, hit that like button, smash it, subscribe to the channel. Until the next video, take care.